Hello, welcome back to Downward Dog. My name is Mitzi. In today's class, we're going to be focusing on the heart chakra, or Anahata in Sanskrit. Join me for a lovely flow today in sunny France. We're going to be opening our heart with some back bends today, so find your mat and a comfortable seated position, and let's begin. Start by placing your right hand in the center of your chest and your left hand on top. Gently close your eyes as you start to bring your awareness to your breath and the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Maybe you start to notice your heart beating in your palm, feeling the steady flow. Maybe you notice your breath and heart start to slow as you slow down your breath and you become connected to your breath and more aware of yourself internally. Starting to bring your awareness to the surroundings around you and gently start to open your eyes. We're going to do some energizing breaths here, so dropping your hands down by your side, inhaling the arms up overhead, palms together, and exhale, hands all the way down, joining the palms together behind your back. Inhaling the arms up overhead again, palms together, looking up at your palms. Exhaling your hands back down by your side and then reaching behind you, palms together. Inhaling your arms up again overhead, palms together, looking up, and then exhaling your hands down behind you, palms together. Stretching the side body now, lowering your right hand to the mat, reaching that left arm up and over, turning your gaze to the sky, opening up that chest, making sure those shoulders are rotated open. Swapping now, so you lower the left side, inhaling the right arm up, shoulders open, chest open, looking up at the sky, feeling that gentle stretch on the right side body. And we're going to do that again on either side. So lowering your right hand to the mat, left arm reaching up and overhead, gentle stretch on the left side of the body. Exhale, lowering the left hand to the mat, inhaling the right hand up and overhead. And then exhale, coming back to center. Wonderful. Now let's get flowing with some sun salutations. So standing at the front of your mat now in Tadasana, mountain pose, you're grounding through the feet, feeling like you're rooting and pushing down into the mat. Knees soften, so you're gently engaging your thighs, hips stacked over knees over ankles, shoulders over hips, chest is open, palms facing forward, and your eyes are closed. Inhaling the arms up overhead and a gentle back bend before exhaling and forward fold, hands to the mat, bending the knees as much as you need. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold, then step your right foot back, lower the knee, uncurl the toes. Inhaling the arms up overhead, exhale, sink through the hips. Inhale back up, hands down to the mat, stepping your right foot back to the front of the mat before you step your left foot back. Lower the knee, uncurl the toes, inhaling the arms up overhead, exhale, sinking through those hips. Chest is lifted. Inhale, exhale, hands down to the mat, and you're going to step back into your plank, and we're going to do our knees, chest, chin. So you're going to start by lowering your knees, and then you're going to bend the elbows, keeping them in, lowering the chin and the chest, keeping your bum lifted before pushing through into your low cobra or your high cobra. Exhaling back through to your downward facing dog. So here in down dog, you're pushing through the hands, engaging the fingers, shoulders are away from your ears, pushing the heels back to the mat, bottom to the sky. Then looking forward, stepping to the front of the mat, inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold, before standing all the way up to rise. Let's go again. Inhaling the arms up overhead, exhaling forward fold. Inhaling halfway lift, exhale planting the hands, stepping the left foot back this time. We're going to lower the knee, uncurl the toes, inhale the arms up overhead, and then exhale, sinking through those hips, chest is lifted. You can do a gentle back bend here before lowering the hands back to the front of the mat, bringing that left foot in between the hands before swapping, stepping the right foot back, lowering the knee, uncurling the toes, inhaling your arms up overhead, exhale, sink through those hips further, gaze lifted. Inhale, exhale, hands down, stepping into plank now. And we'll do another knees, chest, chin. So you're going to lower the knees, you're going to shift the weight slightly forward, bending the elbows, keeping them tight to your body, knees and chin, chest on the floor, bottom slightly in the air, before pushing through to your cobra pose. Exhaling, pushing into your downward facing dog. Maybe you'd like to pedal out the legs, look side to side, remembering to push the hands away, shoulders away from your ears, bottom lifted, knees as bent as you needed to send those heels to the mat. Now, looking forward, stepping your feet between your hands, inhaling halfway lift, exhale, forward fold, soften the knees, pushing through the feet, all the way up to stand, inhaling the arms up overhead, exhaling to the heart center. Just have a little shake out here. Loosen yourself, maybe transferring your weight one foot to the other, swinging your arms around you. And we're going to go again and build up on those sun salutations. So into Tadasana, inhaling the arms up overhead, gentle back bend, exhaling forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale, planting the hands, stepping the right foot back. You can lower the knee, or if you would like a bit more challenge, keep the knee lifted, either climbing up your leg, or if you're able to, swing your hands behind you, push through that front foot coming up into your high crescent. Exhaling, sinking through the hips, chest open. Now starting to lower your hands so they're behind your back, interlace your fingers together, extending your index fingers, crossing your thumbs over each other. This is Kali Mudra. Pushing through the hands, you're going to hinge forward, resting as low as you can, ideally shoulder to knee, but will depend on your flexibility. Let go of the hands, lowering your right hand to the mat inside your left foot, and then turning your body upwards, gaze lifted to the sky. Lowering the hand down if it was up at the sky, so it's behind you, before windmilling round and stepping forward to the front of your mat. Then you're going to step your left foot back, either lowering the knee, or if you kept the knee lifted last time, keep the knee lifted. Inhale the arms up into high crescent, exhaling, sinking through the hips. Again here for a breath, opening up the chest before lowering the hands down behind you, interlinking the fingers. Try and do it the opposite way with the opposite thumb in front, extending the fingers into Kali Mudra before bending forwards in this lunge so your right shoulder is on your right knee if possible, but just go as low as you can go comfortably. Remember, you can always lower your knee here. Releasing your hands now, left hand to the mat, bringing your right hand to your hip before sending it up to the sky, looking at the hand if the neck allows, and then lowering the hand to behind you, keeping that chest open before windmilling the hands back, pushing through to your plank. Now you can do knees, chest, chin if you'd like to continue, or you can do your full chaturanga. So you're lowering down through push-up, not quite lowering, keeping the knees and hips lifted in your upward facing dog, opening the chest, and then exhaling back into your downward facing dog. Again, resting here for a few moments in this pose. Maybe you'd like to rest in stillness, or maybe you'd like to pedal out the legs and twist from side to side. Be intuitive here, doing what you need, making sure that you're pushing the floor away with your hands. Looking your gaze forward, stepping between the hands. Inhaling halfway, exhale, forward fold. Then inhale, pushing all the way up to rise, hands overhead. And then we're just going to shake it out here again for a little bit. So just loosen up before we come back through Tadasana. Standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. And then you're going to inhale the arms up overhead, gentle back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold, lowering the hand, stepping the left foot back this time. Again, lowering the knee or keeping it lifted. Inhaling up to high crescent, sinking through the hips, chest is lifted, arms are up. So from here, you're going to come into Warrior One, lowering that back heel, still keeping the toes forward, hips forward, shoulders forward. Exhale, open out into Warrior Two. Hips and shoulders are facing the side now, and you're sinking through that front knee, making sure it stays open so you can see your big toe. Gaze is at the front middle finger. That's your drishti that we spoke about last time. Leaning forward slightly before coming back into your peaceful warrior or reverse warrior, looking up to the sky. Heart is open, make sure your shoulder is back. Then coming forward, leaning your right elbow on your right knee, left hand on your left hip, opening up the chest again. So the chest is shining at the sky, gaze lifted. Coming into the side angle pose here. You can keep your hand on the knee, or if you'd like a bit more challenge, lowering it to the ground. And then pushing back through your Warrior Two pose, sinking a bit lower if you can, before windmilling the hands down, coming into plank. For added challenge, you could do 3-legged chaturanga, pushing back into your downward facing dog. Resting here again for a few moments before stepping forward, looking at your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, softening the knees and inhaling all the way up to rise. Exhale, hands by your side, straight into forward fold again. Inhale, halfway, and we're going to step the right foot back. Lower the knee or keep it lifted in your high crescent. Inhale, exhale, sinking through the hips, chest is lifted, gaze is lifted, heart is open. From here, you're going to come into your Warrior One pose again before transitioning through into your Warrior Two. Keeping that front knee open, shoulders away from your ears, sinking further into that front hip if you're able to. Leaning forward before coming into your peaceful warrior. Gaze is lifted, heart is open. And then coming into your side angle pose. Left elbow to left knee, right hand to right hip, open the chest. If you're able to keep the chest open, then maybe reaching that right arm overhead, left hand reaching to the floor. Coming back through to your Warrior Two pose, sinking again through that front knee before windmilling the hands down. Stepping into plank, your flow. Do 3-legged chaturanga on the other leg, pushing into your upward facing dog, exhaling into downward facing dog. Remembering you can stick with your knees, chest, chin, or miss out the chaturanga completely and just meet us in downward facing dog. Resting here for a moment, pushing away the hands, connecting to your breath. Before stepping forward, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, pushing through the feet up to rise. Well done. Okay, we can have a breather here. It's been quite a dynamic flow and I've definitely built up some heat. I hope you have too. And we're going to now make our way down to the mat, just in a kneeling position if you're able to. be on your knees here, we're going to be coming into camel pose, which is another lovely heart opening pose. So you want to be kneeling up, if you can be on your knees, having your hands resting just above your hips, thumbs reaching into the middle of your back here, just supporting your back. And we're going to be coming into a bit of a back bend here. So you're going to be looking up, try not to strain the neck, pushing the hips forward, squeezing the glutes, opening up the chest as much as you can. Doing this, easing into the move. If you're comfortable here, then you could reach back for your heels, but make sure you keep continuing to send the hips forward. And if you're able to, you can relax your neck, allowing your head to fall back. It shouldn't be painful at any point. To come out, bring your hands back up to your hips, and then we're going to come into a child's pose just to counter this. So opening your knees, resting your head between outstretched arms, and just rock slightly side to side, feeling a gentle release in your lower back, making sure you relieve any tensions here. Okay, coming back up to your knees, we're going to come into melting heart. So if you're in tabletop position, just walk your hands out slightly further, and essentially you're up on your knees, sending your bottom up to the sky, and you're lowering your head to the mat. For a deeper opening in the heart, if you're able to, you can always lift your head so your chin is actually resting on the mat, but you need to have a good amount of flexibility for this. So if you're new to the pose, just keep the forehead on the mat, making sure there's a 90-degree angle in your knees, sending the bottom up in the air. We're going to come into our pose here, which is bow pose. So resting completely on your front, you are going to reach for your feet. So it doesn't matter which one you go to first. I'm grabbing my left foot with my left hand, and then grabbing my right foot with my right hand, and I'm just squeezing my heels into my bottom, feeling a lovely stretch across the front of my thighs and my quadricep muscles. You can stay here if this is enough. If you would like a bit more, you can move your hands to the inside of your feet and slowly lift up into bow pose. So imagine your feet are pulling your hands away from you, bringing up your chest, ears are away from your shoulders, opening up the heart. And then just release here, bringing your hands maybe to underneath your forehead, and just rock gently side to side. Now we're going to stay on our front for a little twist. So stretching your arms out to the side in a T shape, bending your right knee and just sending your foot over to the left side. So you're twisting the spine, rolling onto your left hip, feeling a lovely stretch. You don't have to bring the foot to the hand or anything like that. You can just rest it wherever it feels comfortable. You don't want to pinch in the lower back. And then do the same on the other side. So bending the left knee and then reaching the left foot over to the right side. Feeling a nice twist, not overdoing it, not pushing it, but feeling a nice release. And then coming back, so you're lying on your front. Pushing yourself up, just come straight onto your back here, and we will come into our final relaxation pose, having a quick stretch, maybe hug in the knees, rock gently side to side, doing what you need to do to prepare for the final pose. If you would like to keep your knees bent, you can. If you would like to come out into full Shavasana, relax your legs out about feet mat width apart, feet rolled out, arms out slightly away from the body with your palms facing upwards. And just slowly close the eyes, connecting to your breath. Noticing the movement that your body makes as you breathe in and out. Maybe you notice your heartbeat again. And just connect to your breath, slowing everything down, and thank yourself for working so hard today. Stay here, or if you're ready to move on, slowly start to move the hands and the feet, maybe stretching the body out long, and then squeezing tight into a ball. You might like to windscreen the knees, dropping them side to side. Maybe have another squeeze here. Just be intuitive, move in the way that your body feels like it needs to move. And then slowly coming up to a seat, keeping your eyes closed if you're able to. We'll just do a couple more breaths here again, placing that right hand on your heart, feeling your chest move up. Feeling your heart beating into your hands, feeling that mind and body connection. Continue to keep the eyes closed if you're able to, dropping the hands down by your side, inhaling the arms up overhead, exhaling them, clapping them behind your back. Again, inhale, palms together overhead, and exhale now through to your heart. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. And you can gently open your eyes. Thank yourself. Thank you for being here and practicing with me. I know it was a challenging flow today, but I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you again in the next one.